So time to introduce myself. My name is Wing Win, or We Win. With a name like that, you just can't lose. You want them on your team. I'm a principal agile coach and one of the lead coaches at Bank of the West, part of their transformation. Basically, my past, I've been a jack of all trades. I've done all sorts of stuff, and I do all sorts of stuff outside of the office as well. I am in my first and only professional recording session. My mission is to help others find their upward spirals. So how can we generate momentum about positive change and keep it going and making it bigger and bigger? How this came about was that at the bank, I get requests that come in and says, so-and-so team wants to do Agile. I don't know what that means. How many teams? What do you need? And like when I go to them, I'm like, how much time do you have to talk about it? I'm like, oh, I'm so busy, I only have 15 minutes. What? I'm supposed to figure out what you want in 15 minutes? How am I supposed to do that, right? And then as I developed this further, I found it as like a super powerful tool that I can turn it on basically just about anything. And so it's something I want to share and give back to the community. It's like something pretty exciting I kind of discovered, at least my version of it. Okay? So, the idea is to use integral quadrants. How many of you have heard of Ken Wilber or integral quadrants? There's a few hands that came up. All right, great. And so what Ken Wilber is, this guy is kind of like a modern day ascetic. And he's really brilliant and basically tried to come up with a theory of everything where he sits down, he looks at psychology, all the different models, organizational development, social development, you name it. And he just kind of meditated and was trying to create some sort of model that could kind of capture everything in a way that worked. And what he came up with was integral theory, and specifically today we're looking at integral quadrants. So really fast, there's two halves on both directions, the singular, right? So the I is around the individuals, the emotions, the states. Going down to the lower left is subjective. This is more of a plural version of I. It's like your teams, multiple people, maybe multiple teams. Then when we move to the right, to the lower right, this is like the container where everything exists. Physical environment, social environment, that type of thing. And finally the it, basically the science, the hard facts, the biology, those kind of things. Here's the activity for today. Well, part of the activities I'm going to take you through is you are going to come up with the questions for what would you ask. So for me, put yourself in my shoes. You need to figure out what does this person need? What is this? If you have a particular team that you're looking at and somebody comes up to you and you know nothing, how would you begin asking questions using this as an inquiry framework? So we're going to do this in the form of liberating structures 1, 2, 4 all. So the first round is 3 minutes. And I'm going to give you, so the thing is, it's just silent writing for 3 minutes. Let me get my timer ready. All right, get ready. So grab a sticky, grab a Sharpie. Round 1, get ready. On your mark, get set, go. Try to come up with at least one question in every category. All right, time's up. Get ready for round 2. Round 2. Now go back to your partner. Share your ideas with them. Come up with the best. Let's come up with the best question in every category. And as you're up there and you're reading other people, actually everybody get off your table. You gotta go see what's over there because you need to have questions because you're gonna be interviewing your partners in a moment. So you need all the ammo you can get in terms of questioning, okay? And as you're up there, in a popcorn style, just shout out things you like.
Who do you hate?
Who do you hate? Hey, frenemies that's a great exercise.
Wow.
Who's for you? Who's against you?
Wow.
That's an amazing question. And what we're going to do is you're going to take turns. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. So when you're the interviewer, you're going to use these questions that you came up, or maybe you spontaneously will come up with your own questions on the spot in some of these categories. Okay. For the one that is being interviewed, you're going to represent that team. So let's say you're representing the team that you want to get assessed. Okay, and that person's going to try and figure out. The goal of the game here is zero in the biggest issue as quickly as possible. Normally I have 15 minutes to do this. I'm giving you 5 because you're that awesome. Okay? All right, get ready. Are you marked? Get set, go. First round. All right, let's come back and do a quick debrief. So, did anybody zero down into the problems of your partner? Did you feel like you a good enough sense of what that was?
Yeah.
I think we did, yeah.
Everybody got there to some degree? Right? So like, let's just do a quick popcorn shout out. Like, what did you discover?
So we were lacking a clear vision or strategy that translated from the senior team down into delivery teams.
Alignment from the top down and how it permeates through the whole, all 4 quadrants, right?
Yeah,
that's a significant, that's probably like 90% of the organizations out there, right?
Yeah.
I see a lot of nodding heads, right? So let's open it up. Yes.
It can be hard to just assess and not try to jump in and solve.
It is hard to assess and not just, there's a cognitive bias to come here like, hey, let me fix your stuff. Right? Because, like, let's be honest, we all got into this industry. Why? Because we're all helpers. Right? And that's our natural tendency. So then this is kind of gives you that check, right? No, maybe I shouldn't solution, just let me ask for more questions. So how I use, so originally this talk was actually about interviewing. So this is where I really, this really turbo-powered my interviewing skills when I would interview another candidate. So I would ask, what's psychological safety to you, right? What is your ideal team? What's the organization? How do you engage your stakeholders? What's Agile, Scrum? What's the principles? Which principles are important to you? See, I just went through all 4 quadrants, 4 questions, right? And as you do it more, you get faster at it, and you kind of like, okay, I can, if they're saying the culture is good, then I know I can zero in somewhere else. So I can build that balance with my teams and get them moving forward. So you can do it on yourself, interview yourself. Where am I with my embodiment, with my mentality, with the stresses I deal with? Where is my team? Where is my org? Or how am I approaching my org? So you can take this and actually, I use this to drive my own career, right? 3 minutes.
Okay, so are there any times where you've used this and found challenges you just couldn't address?
It doesn't, it's for me to ask questions. It doesn't provide answers, right? So, but the thing is, once you kind of, what I've discovered is you marinate for a little bit, and it's usually because there's something, then you can even take like the 5 whys. Mm-hmm. You can ask 5 whys in every category, right? And then you start to wonder like, oh, it's something else. So I actually find that sometimes it's people. And it's not processes, it's not any of those things. What's the culture?
It's always people.
So thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a great time. I was excited and learned a new tool. And then I would appreciate it if you can do a self-assessment. I'm sorry, not a self-assessment. A survey. Thank you.
That's what we need, though.